2 competitions down, but we still got the big one to go. eMLS Cup is coming up this weekend, the 2021 version. And of course, we're going to have our guy representing. What's going on, everybody? Eric Giacometti with you once again as we look ahead to the big one, eMLS Cup, with our guy, Phil B, who'll be representing your Toronto FC. Phil, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just another day in the life, practicing, playing FIFA, getting prepared.
That's it, man. You've been on the sticks, getting prepared for eMLS Cup. So what's the past few weeks been like for you as the culmination of the 21 season comes up for you?
Honestly, the past week's just been crazy practicing against other eMLS competitors that are on opposite side of the bracket of me. So I won't be playing against them unless we meet in the final somehow. But yeah, it's been nonstop practice, man. Practicing with the MLS defenders as well. It's a huge transition over because mainly you're not using MLS defenders on Ultimate Team, but for eMLS you have to. So it's a tough transition, but ultimately that shows how high your skill is. When you can defend with low-rated players.
Now, we haven't caught up since your last competition, which was League Series 2. You came agonizingly close to the top 8 there. You just missed out on a tiebreaker. Talk me through the end of that one. You ended up with a 3-game winning streak going into the end of that competition, but you just fell short. Talk me through what happened in League Series 2.
Yeah, League Series 2, the first and the second day, I started off slow. Like I was getting ties and losses. I didn't find my groove until the last day, and it was too late. And missing by 1 point was obviously heartbreaking because ultimately I want to be on the live stream, show people my talent and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's a bit heartbreaking.
A tough one, but what do you take from that experience? I mean, obviously you made it to the final stage in League Series 1. You just barely missed out of League Series 2. With those 2 in the back of your pocket, what are you looking to build on for the eMLS Cup coming up this weekend?
More composure, man. Honestly, it's more composure and not getting nervous, when you're a goal down or whatever the case is. I think that's going to be one of the main things I take away.
And I'm sure you've looked ahead to the bracket for the 2021 eMLS Cup, and it sets up pretty nicely for yourself. You'll have your eyes on the last chance qualifiers as you'll be taking on the winner from the best of the rest coming out of the 2021 pack. Anybody you've got your eye on there? There's a lot of competition there, a lot of competitors that you have a lot of history with. What's your take on the last chance bracket?
The last chance bracket is there's some phenomenal players in there that deserve to be in the top 8, but obviously they had a slow start to League Series 1, League Series 2, and as you can see, Eric, it's the best of the best. Every team has one of the best FIFA players in North America, obviously, and they're representing that team for a reason. And to handpick which guy I want to go against, man.
Give me something juicy, Phil. Come on, fans want to know.
I want to play Remy again. Remy Martin from LA Galaxy. Sorry, not LA Galaxy. LAFC. He beat me the first day of League Series 1. It was the first day of tournament play, so he beat me. So it was bittersweet. I want to play him, and obviously he's a good friend of mine. So it would be fun playing these guys that you're close with. Obviously you're not friends with them on the field, but after you guys can reflect on the game and talk crap to each other. But so it would be Remy. I want to say Alan Abbey from Dallas FC. He's another good player that I'd love to play. Who else? I'm just trying to think of there's so many good players, Eric. That's it could be any of them. It could be Remy beating Alan and then playing me. It could be Alan beating Maloney. He's for that Orlando player, ranked high in North America. He's in the last chance bracket. Tokyo Rift, guys underdogs like Jordi Reyes that are really good. The Houston FC player Jordi Reyes, very good player. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited to play those guys. And the last one would probably be the Inter Miami. He's new to the competitive scene. I think last year was his breakthrough, and it would be good to play somebody that's new to the league because they're gonna be nervous, I think. There's a lot
When
of
you look
players.
at that, yeah.
Sorry, go
You
ahead.
look at that competition. You just mentioned some of the top players in North America, and you've been on the circuit now for quite some time. Does it feel like maybe the gap is getting even smaller between a lot of the competition? It seems like there's more parity when you look at League Series 1, League Series 2. It seems like every competition was really tooth and nail there between a lot of the players on the circuit this year.
Yeah, honestly, it is getting like a tighter, of a gap between the top guys and the guys that are just coming into the league, because how the new players drive is to the league. They want to come into the league, they want to impress the club, they want to make it to the League Series 1, League Series 2, knockout stage, go on stream. Like they have the passion. They have the skills to do so. And honestly, you like with the San Jose player at first League Series, he was below table, man. He was like lower table, like I forgot what it was. It was like 17th, 16th. Coming into League Series 2, made top 8. So it's just like the passion those new players have is crazy.
Don't want to get too ahead of yourself. Obviously, a lot of work for you still to be done. But if you look at that bracket, you got Diddy Chris Lito would be your next opponent if you get past the last chance qualifier. And obviously, that's a player that you've had some experience with, not to mention he is the back-to-back champion, winning both League Series 1 and League Series 2. Is that one that you've had circled on your calendar right now?
Yeah, it is. It honestly is. Obviously, you don't want to think too far ahead when it comes to, especially FIFA, because you never know what happens. But that's a conversation me and him have daily. On text messages, like, hey bro, when I play you, like, I'm gonna beat you. And then he goes, oh, you're bad. And, you just talk back and forth, smacked each other. So like, I want that match against Diddy. Like, so, and he's phenomenal, man. Just like you mentioned, back-to-back League Series 1, League Series 2 champion. One of the most decorated players, I think, in North America is arguably Diddy.
Absolutely. I mean, he's shown that he's the class of MLS right now. Clearly, the most informed player. But you've had a bit of success against him. What have you seen from his game, and what's made you so successful in your past encounters?
I think me being patient, because he knows I'm a possession player, right? He'll give me the ball. He's not gonna come aggressive, try to get the ball. He's gonna let me have the ball around his box. He's just gonna try to hit at me on the counter, and it's good for him. That's it's a good game plan. But at the same time, it's like whoever has the ball, kind of dictates the game, and that's how it goes in FIFA. So hopefully, I'll try to stop him from having those through balls on the counter attack, and should be good to go. Honestly, it's gonna come down to it, to that day, to see what's gonna happen. I honestly can't talk about it way too much because I don't want to jinx myself.
No, of course, but in general, when you talk about scouting for your opposition, everybody has a different play style. You have your own play style. How much of it on game day comes down to the way that Phil wants to play, as opposed to maybe changing things up and trying to adapt to your opponent? How much do you stay steady to what you know, and how much do you like to change to try to counteract what they do best?
See, that's the thing about me being a possession player, is that they're gonna know, they're just gonna sit back and hit it on the counter. So I think I have a couple of surprises in my sleeve that I'm gonna be taking to the eMLS Cup that obviously can't disclose, but it obviously it's gonna be playing more rapid. Like, people are not gonna expect me to hit ping a couple passes and then be in the final third. They're gonna expect me to build up slowly, pass it to the right back, to the center mid, the winger back to the center mid, cycle the ball. And like that's what I've been practicing this whole week, is trying to implement a new game style into my game, where I can switch it up from possession. I can sit back and counter the guy. It's a variety of game styles that I'm trying to adapt.
So do you have your ideal starting 11 ready to go? Your tactics, everything is already all set, and it's just a matter of applying on game day?
Yeah, I do. I have everything set up for the squad is ready.
You love it. You love to see it. Now, when it comes down to eMLS Cup, obviously the biggest event in the eMLS calendar. What does success look like to Phil B? What does it mean? What will be a successful tournament for you when all is said and done?
Man, honestly, a successful tournament for me is always winning the cup. It's what me and Shane have been talking about the past 3 years when I first got signed. Is we have a plan, and I've been trying to execute it. It's just coming up short, that little step, that semifinal. That just overcoming that hurdle is honestly is gonna be a success for me. And as long as I overcome that hurdle, I think the sky's the limit of the eMLS. To be honest with you.
Well, we're all waiting with anticipation for obviously the biggest event of the season, eMLS Cup 2021. It's coming up this weekend. You can catch all the action on Twitch. Phil, we're wishing you the best of luck, and we can't wait to watch and cheer you on.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Eric.